Hey guys, I'm Rob Shoecraft, 3 Storm Fitness, here at the Body Barn, Gallipolis. I was pointing to the sign. Yeah, there it is. All right, back. Thank you, Clay. This is Clay Gilbert, cameraman extraordinaire, track builder extraordinaire, personal trainer extraordinaire. He's extraordinary. And I want to share with you 3 extraordinary things today. Actually, they're not extraordinary at all. There are 3 things, 3 body part engagements, so to speak, that every single human being alive should be able to do. But even high-level athletes struggle to do this sometimes. It causes injury, at the very least, just poor sports performance. So I just want to show you what those 3 things are. Glute, your butt, glute engagement, core engagement. By core, I mean everything from below the nipple line all the way down to the hip flexors, the upper quads, upper legs, and around. Let's not forget everything going on back here. That's the core, all right? And lat engagement, and teres major, teres minor, all that fun stuff back there. People don't know how to engage those body parts properly. I want to give you just a couple quick tips on how I like to do it, remind myself how to do it, make that mind-body connection, strengthen the nervous system, get things cooking, so you don't have to think about it every time, you just perform. All right, so we'll start with the glute engagement. Glute engagement is super important. First of all, you might not think of it as protecting your spine, but engaged glutes are going to keep your hips properly aligned with your spine. It's also going to well, your glutes are pretty much the most powerful set of muscles in your body, especially when you're doing hip hinge movements, something like the deadlift, kettlebell swing, or if you're like a grappler doing jiu-jitsu, trying to bridge somebody over, sprinting, the list goes on. All high performance things. You gotta have glute engagement. All right, so one of the easiest ways to engage your glutes, a lot of people, they can twerk, whatever. That's cool. If you can twerk, you can engage your glutes, but some people can't. So I wanna show you, for those of you who can't twerk, I don't know. I told you, man, I just talk off the top of my head. Sometimes the wrong things come out. This is a neat little trick I learned from the guys over Barbell Shrug, one of their YouTube videos. So you're going to go in kind of like you're doing like sprints up against the wall, except we're not going to sprint. We're just going to raise one knee up as high as you can. And the other one is you're going to come up on your toe. Now you would think by looking at that, it looks like I'm probably engaging my calf more than anything. I'm not really. By doing this, just try it. Your butt is going to fire. You're engaging your glutes. Do like 5 of these. 5, hold it for about 5 seconds. You'll feel the burn. It's something else. Go back up, hold it for 5 seconds, isometric holds. You're going to feel glute engagement. Whenever you do anything, when you're running, when you're even walking fast, when you're standing in line even, you want to fire those glutes. Trust me. All right. Second thing, I don't know why I'm grabbing that. Second thing I want to show you is core engagement. I've done a lot of workout DVDs in my day, and every single workout DVD, when they're talking about core engagement, they give you the cue to draw your belly button in toward your spine. It's not a bad cue if you're at the beach and you're trying to suck in and look good for whoever you're interested in, but it's kind of incomplete. It doesn't factor in the rest of the core that we talked about. It's just really kind of sucking in your rectus abdominis. You get a little bit of tension around the rest, but we're really after the transverse abdominis, that really deep muscle group that wraps around on the inner core. It's kind of your safety belt for your body. Protects your spine. Super important. So rather than just drawing your belly button toward your spine, I want to show you something. I picked this up from, I think it was Pavel's book, The Kettlebell Simple and Sinister. He talks a lot about core engagement. You're doing kettlebell swings and Turkish get-ups, especially you want to keep that spine safe, engage the core. So, I'll show you what this is. I showed this to my wife, and she said, oh, that's imprinting. It's from ballet. Okay, my wife used to be a ballerina. So ballerinas and deadlifting monsters could both do this the same. All right, so what we're going to do, rather than doing like a typical crunch, we're going to do kind of the reverse of it, the exact opposite. So rather than coming up and engaging mainly our rectus abdominis, we're going to drive our lower back into the ground as hard as possible. Hold for about 3 seconds. So it's relax, All right, just drive that in the lower back. I like to show a lot of workouts that doesn't look like you're really doing anything, but you are. Your whole entire core fires when you do that. So drive that lower back into the ground. Another little quick little note. If you're doing this, if you're like in a group fitness class or something, and somebody's making you do flutter kicks, if you want to make them harder, if you want to do them proper, drive the lower back into the ground. If you want to cheat the system, make a little arch. Personal trainers, as a personal trainer, I know we never notice. little head there to cheat the system. Isn't that the truth? Isn't it? All right, another way, quick little note to engage the core, another way to think about it. If you get down to a plank, Clay, if you could, would you run up and kick me in the ribs? Thanks, sir. All right, so Clay was being very gentle. I appreciate that, man. But for real, almost everybody has that reaction when you're going to punch somebody in the gut, kick somebody in the ribs. You tense up. That's what you want. You want that full, complete tension. You almost have a bit of like a muscle gut, like your guts almost stick out. You have like you get like a six-pack gut. You want to have that intra-abdominal pressure. It's going to protect your spine. It's going to deliver more power when you're doing heavy compound movements. All right, one more thing. We do lat engagement. Well, let me start here. So lat engagement, lats, giant muscle group in your back, often underutilized. People even when they're doing, you see a guy banging on a lot of pull-ups. Sometimes people they're still overusing their biceps. Biceps are great, but the master of the pulling movement is your lats. And a lot of people just can't engage your lats. It's probably one of the hardest muscle groups, hardest muscles to make that mind-body connection to that everybody should be able to do. So a couple quick cues to learn. You want to do a reverse shrug, a regular shrug. Cameraman knows all about regular shrugs. 525, nice work. All right, so regular shrug, we're bringing up our shoulders toward our ears. All right, reverse shrug, we're doing the opposite. We're pushing our shoulders back and down away from the ears. And when you do that, you're gonna feel a little tension back here. That's what you want. You want to engage those lats. So anytime you're doing a pulling movement, you want to mimic that tension. Whether it's down, whether it's up, whether it's bent over, you want to use the lats. What you're going to find is, first of all, your upper back is going to have a lot more protection than the spine. But one of the cooler features, other than safety, just kidding, is you're going to be a heck of a lot stronger. Once you learn how to use your lats, you're going to go from just screwing around with your biceps, maybe a little bit of the rear shoulders. You're going to have this huge extra muscle doing its job. Your improvements in things like pull-ups, rows, they're just going to jump through the roof. All right. And you also want to engage your lats when you're doing things like deadlifts. Can you follow me back here, man? One more thing I'm going to show you to work the lats is a lat push down. So lat pull down is pretty typical. You've seen people doing these. You're dragging your elbows toward the ground. You're hitting the lats. And like I said, not a lot of people use their lats appropriately when they're doing this. Lat push down, it's you can't overload it quite like you can on the lat pull downs or weighted pull-ups. However, it's a great learning technique, learning exercise to learn how to engage the lats. So you want to keep your butt out just a little bit. Or you can do it with the straight, with your glutes engaged. However you want to do it, just want to make sure you have a neutral spine, nice tight core, like we talked about. You know what all this is now. All right, you're gonna put our palms on the bar, and you're just gonna drive straight down. With your arms just in a slight bend, you can't help but use your lats to do the movement. That is the move. That is the feeling. That's the engagement that you want when you're firing your lats. So, real quick, learn how to practice these exercises if you need to. Learn how to fire your glutes. Learn how to fire your core, engage your core, and learn how to engage your lats. You'll be stronger, safer. Do it, man. Do it, woman, child, dog. Rob Shoecraft, 3 Storm Fitness. Thank you, Clay, once again for taking time out of your sets here.
You're welcome.
And subscribe to my videos. Thank you very much.